What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So I want to talk about a few of the trending hot topics that have been pulsating throughout Black YouTube, and as well probably just Black social media in general. So before I begin, I just want to say that this video is going to be more or less a rant. Um, just an FYI there, and a possible disclaimer. This is going to be more so a rant. All right. So first on this list, on the docket, is Fantasia Barrino and her husband and the case of submission. So Fantasia, she came on the Breakfast Club, gave her a little interview, and for the record, I do like Fantasia. I do kind of wish she was, further along in her career than what she is, a bit more popularity. I do think she's talented. I think she has a good spirit about her. Um, you know, um, I read her story, Life is Not a Fairy Tale. I also saw the movie, which is a Lifetime movie, Life is Not a Fairy Tale, the Fantasia Barrino story. You know, all that good stuff, right? So, I'm rooting for Fantasia, And also, if it works for Fantasia, then good for her, right? But I think when it comes to this situation, I think the Black women who are objecting to, like, let your man lead, I don't think they're objecting to the idea of it itself, but rather the idea of it when, oh, you are paying all or most of the bills, the woman is paying all or most of the bills, then they're objecting to that. And I don't, I can't blame them on that, you know. I mean, I'll put it like this. Say if you were roommates with somebody, right? And you guys share an apartment, right? But you're paying all the bills, right? You're paying all of the rent, all of the utilities, the cable, the internet, whatever else bills you got. You're paying everything. But then your roommate wouldn't you feel a bit like salty if, your roommate started acting as if they are pulling the same weight as you and, telling you what you can and can't do in the apartment. And you're like, well, wait a minute. You're not even paying anything. I'm paying everything, or either most of the things, right? And I think if you break it down like that, it does make sense, right? And I feel like some of these women, celebrity women who do kind of put this out here, first of all, they tend to be in relationships where like they're the breadwinner. And I think low key they're doing that to sort of a combination of like save face and to defend their relationship and to justify their relationship. And like it ain't all about money. And it's not. It isn't all about money, but money is a factor and money is important. All right. To keep it real, you probably got the dude that you got because of your money. Partly at least. Let's be real. But an interesting question that was thrown out there in the comments section of a video. It was like, well, think about if these dudes, like let's say Wendy Williams' husband, um, Mary J. Blige husband, um, Nicki Minaj soon-to-be husband, um, Monique's husband, Jill Scott husband, um, and the rest of these women's husbands who are kind of like in a situation like this, like Fantasia Barrino too. If the situation was on the other foot and the dudes had all the money and the resources and whatnot, would they choose these same women that they're with now? If they had the options and the resources to, have explore their options in terms of dating, right? Because that's what it really is boiling down to. Basically, if they were in the same position as them financially, as their wives financially speaking, would they had even chosen those same wives? or girlfriends or whatever? Probably not. They probably would have been, exploring, making sure they're exploring all of their options, right? Right? And, that is ultimately their choice. They have that right to do that, but that is something to think about, where it's like you're doing all of this for somebody who may not have really even chosen you if the situation was flipped around, right? And, I'm pretty sure like these women, if they did have the options, they probably would have preferred that their men make more than them, or at least the same amount as them, or even close to it. Like, I feel like the situation with Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey, yeah, Mariah Carey is worth more than Nick Cannon. But it's like, that can be worked out. Like, if it's something like a situation like that, like Nick Cannon can still take Mariah Carey on nice trips, buy her nice gifts, take her to fancy restaurants, pay the mortgage bill, pay all the bills. Yeah, like Nick Cannon got a lot of money, so he can. That situation like that, when you're in a situation like that, you can kind of, as say if you were like Mariah Carey in the situation like that, I feel like that is more workable, than the situation that some of these women are in. The Moniques, the Wendy Williams, etc. Right? And I heard the term "pick me" being thrown around, and I use the term "pick me" to refer to these, desperate for a black man, black women. But I feel like in this case, I wouldn't say that Fantasia is a pick me. I mean, not in this particular situation, not for wanting her man to be, the head of household and to be the leader and all that stuff. I wouldn't say that that's a pick me. Now, I do kind of think that Fantasia may be a pick me on the low, um, but more so not because of this situation, though, right? You know, um, but let's talk about something else that I brought up, which is exploring your options. But let's talk about this as it relates to black women, because that is trigger words. These words trigger a lot of people when that comes up, when it relates to black women. Like, that's bed wench talk right there. Right, right. Folks come in and shut that down immediately. Right? It's like, no, we are not having no bed wench talk over here, right? And then it comes by, oh, we got to preserve the blackness. We got to preserve the race. We got to sustain black love. We got to maintain black love. Without black love, there's no you and no me, baby. The mammies, picnics, and meals, they be eating it up like, yes, black cane, black cane. Ain't nothing like a black cane. Yeah. I always and forever my black cane. That's the way my life should be. I don't know how to live without my black cane, baby. I was born to make my black king happy. So, the regular rah 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 system bomb with the black king songs, right? Nothing new there. So, these dudes, again, when you notice like all this kind of comes up when black women talk about expanding their options. Not necessarily excluding black men from their options, but expanding their options. Right? Some people just assume when that is being brought up that they're saying exclude black men, which could possibly be true. Possibly. Um, but again, notice that when it comes to black women, especially black women of a darker hue, people very much who are speaking, telling black women what to do, they very much have a paternalistic attitude toward black women in general, but especially brown skin and dark skinned black women. It's very much a paternalistic attitude, very much restricting, telling you what you can and can't do. You know, very much saying that they know what's best for you in so many words, right? As if you don't have a say in what's best for you, just like everybody else in this damn community got a say in what's best for them, right? But you can't. You can't have a say what's in what's best for you, right? I just want you to notice that, all right? And then the fear mongering, again with the fear mongering, right? And then it was like this one YouTuber who's a dude accused this other YouTuber who's a female of fear-mongering black women to interracially date. I'm like, wait a minute, how the hell that's happening? How the hell that happens? It's like, oh, she's fear-mongering black women to interracially date, right? And again, especially when black men bring up this conversation and about, oh, preserving blackness and, you know, we have to be down for each other and all that. And I'm like, those are nice, pretty words. They are. But unfortunately, if you're not directing them toward black men and black women both, then if you're only directing them towards black women, like, how that gonna work? How that's gonna work? Especially when, you know, black men are, you know, going full speed ahead when it comes to swirling and interracially dating and procreating outside of the community and creating biracial offspring who they want to bring back into the black community and then perpetuate colorism. So again, that's another thing too. It's like, oh, you know, you're going to erase yourself. You're going to create your replacement. Well, even if all black women didn't interracially date and only procreated with the blackest of the black men and only had the blackest of the black kids, well, black men are still creating these biracial offspring, especially the females that they fetishize and have pedophilic desires for. You know, they're creating those women or females or girls or whatever. Still, they're still being created, right? If you ask the average biracial, you know, the dynamics when it comes to their parents, they're like, well, you know, my dad's black, my mom's, you know, non-black, usually white or some other ethnicity, right? You know, and again, when these black men either are creating these biracial offspring, females or males, or really just whoever, they're also dating them. They're dating the biracial female offspring that some black man has created too. All right, so that's an issue that needs to be addressed too. That those issues will not be addressed. I'm just gonna, a spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. All right, those issues will not be addressed. It's if you're holding out, hoping, oh, you know, next time this is going to come. No, unless you set it up in a way that they just can't avoid the conversation or avoid the topic. It's going to have to be some sort of a setup involved where they can't run away from it. So until you can do that, don't hold your breath, don't pack a lunch, keep it moving. And then I hear another fear-mongering tactic that comes into play, which is like, you know, oh, dark-skinned people are going to go extinct. You know, they're trying to breed us out. Like, don't go over there, black woman. No. Right? And really, a lot of these dudes just mad that you get into the white dick before they get into the white dick. God damn it. They mad that you got the right white daddy dick first. Bunch of fuck niggas. But so you hear that shit going around too, right? Like, you caught on to the plan, Dark is. You gonna be erased. And all the light-skinned people are conspiring against you to erase you. You know, all the white people are conspiring against you to erase you, right? You caught on to the master plan. God damn it. If it wasn't for you meddling kids, we would have got away with it. Or should I say, if it wasn't for you meddling pro-blacks. Really pro-black males, really. So that's what this really is circling back to. And by the way, if the pro-black plan does not involve the black female, then it is doomed to fail. And I think they know that, so that's why they're trying to involve the black female in some capacity. They know that. But if it does not specifically address the blackest of the black female and her issues and her plight and finding ways to rectify them, then it's still doomed to fail. All right. So again, I already told y'all way back when that the pro-black dream is dead. All right. It died around the time of integration and when they struck down the anti-miscegenation laws and marriage laws. All right. When they passed Roe versus, not Roe versus, Loving versus Virginia, when they passed that. So the pro-black dream is done. It's dead. All right. So I don't know what the fuck you holding out for now. God damn it. So let's see what else I can talk about here. You know, and also notice how when it comes to interracial dating and cooning, you know, I feel like Kanye West should have been canceled a long time ago. Notice that Kanye West has not really been canceled. Now, if Kanye West was a black female doing the same damn thing, Kanye West would have been canceled. All right. Same with that Stephon Clark situation. If the black community had all those receipts about a black woman being that anti-black, especially toward brown-skinned and dark-skinned black men, she would have been canceled. It would have been that bitch got what the fuck she deserved. And to an extent, I would be like, yeah, that's true. That's what happens when you do shit like that. But I also kept that same energy when it was Stephon Clark, too. Like, well, this is partially what happens when you do shit like that. But, again, a lot of times folks don't want to cancel these niggas because they see aspects of themselves in these niggas, in these fuck niggas, right? So you're not as quick to want to cancel someone you kind of see yourself reflected in to an extent where it's like, oh, well, that could have been me, right? Same thing with like police brutality. A lot of black men probably feel like, well, it could have been them. That's why it kind of, you know, somewhat of a trigger for them, right? It could have been them, you know? But again, notice though, be aware and cognizant of how a lot of times it's just, you know, the black woman is being put to the back burner on the back, you know, and, you know, many black women are willingly accepting that position, right? That's why you got the mammies, the pick-me's, the meals, you know, begging for a Scooby snack, right? Begging for a pat on the head. Can I have a black? Hey. Oh, can I have a Scooby snack? You know, it's like, it's so, yeah. But that's, you know, again, the mammies, the pick-me's, the meals, you know, they, you know, rough, barking for a Scooby snack and a pat on the head, you know, and a good job, you know, right? And, you know, that's what they want. So you gotta let them get what they want. God damn it. But a lot of times I think these women do kind of feel like they're being, you know, pro-black. And, you know, I think to an extent they are. They're being pro-black man, you know, and they're like, oh, let me be down for the black man, you know, and his plight. And that's not a bad thing, you know, but the thing is, it's just that I don't think it's being reciprocated. So at that point, I think this is where self-esteem comes into play and self-worth. And if you have a low self-esteem and a low feeling of self-worth, then you're more likely to continue on this path. But if you don't, then you may end up waking up somewhere along the path and saying, hey, you know, what the fuck am I doing? You know, this shit ain't benefiting me. And I have enough love for myself to not continue this. But to each his own. All right. But I also heard this YouTuber bring up about this other YouTuber. So this dude made a video directed at this female YouTuber who talks about colorism and who's very extremely popular within the colorism conversation. I think you all know who I'm talking about, right? So he made a video. He put her name in the title, and he basically said, like, in the video, he said a lot of things, a lot of misquoting too. That's the thing, where it's like folks will take a little segment here, segment there, and just swirl it up and make it sound like you done said something that you didn't say, right? That's something to be to think of, to be cognizant of too, where folks aren't really hearing you and hearing what you're saying. They're taking little bits and pieces of it and remixing it to make it sound like something that's something that they can argue against, right? Then you have to you spend your time trying to correct them if you're even willing to go down that path. Like, well, no, I didn't say that. I said this. And then it turns into that argument. And then it's a whole bunch of misquoting. And then we all just caught up in a whole big-ass game of telephone. That's really what it boils down to. Because I've seen shit floating around in the comments section. I'm like, well, that YouTuber never said that. No. And then it's like, well, it's a lot of it's based on hearsay. They heard someone else say it, and then someone else said it. Again, telephone. Well, just a big-ass game of telephone being played on the internet, right? And then I hear, like, black women saying, like, oh, you know, I don't fool with that colorism YouTube chick because, you know, she promotes interracial dating. Oof. I'm like, I can understand where it's like, you know, interracial dating just isn't for you. And I can understand that, you know. Sometimes some things just ain't for you, right? Sometimes you like what you like, all right? However, that is not what her platform really revolves around. Now, if this was like the other YouTuber who does that, who really, that's what her platform revolves around, like Crystal and Harrison, that's what her platform revolves around, right? So I can understand that where, you know, the whole thing really revolves around interracial dating and black women expanding their options and all that stuff, right? And some black women just like, I ain't with it, you know? And, you know, we all have a choice. We all have options, right? So it's funny about options, right? Like, when it comes to certain people exploring their options and exercising their options, it's cool. But when other folks do it, it's not cool. Again, something to think about. And so the guy spoke to the female YouTuber, or spoke about the female YouTuber, right? And saying like, oh, you know, she should be addressing the culture, the black culture, right? And I'm like, well, how the hell is she, a single black female, a single dark-skinned black female, by the way, by herself supposed to change an entire culture? How the fuck is that going to happen, realistically speaking? I feel like the female, you know, the black YouTuber who talks about colorism, again, we all know who I'm talking about, I feel like she's just giving black women realistic options and realistic tools to navigate through this colorism and racism and anti-blackism, right? Because she knows that, unfortunately, while that is a very, very, you know, great thing to address, the culture, unfortunately, it's just not enough support to do that, right? And again, it shouldn't be, the onus shouldn't be put on black women, especially dark-skinned and brown-skinned black women, to change an entire culture. By first of all, just the amount of issues that are on the black woman's plate, especially the brown-skinned and dark-skinned black woman's plate, it's like, well, they got their own issues that they have to deal with that they're not getting any little to no assistance from the community, by the way, especially from black men. So they got their own issues to deal with. Now, next, you want them to first, like, oh, you gotta save the black man. You gotta, fucking reorganize and recalibrate and, fix up the black man, right? Then the culture. And hell, while we're at it, let's, black women in mass incarceration. Black men have been being incarcerated for long enough. It's your fault, black women. End this now, god damn it. In the poverty rate, god damn it. In the black men dating outside the community, because it's your fault that he's dating outside the community at twice the rate that you are. Goddamn black women. And by the way, while you're at it, goddamn, put peace in the Middle East, black woman. Repair the ozone layer, black woman. God damn it. Get Donald Trump out of office, black woman, because it's your fault that he got into the office in the first place, black woman. Right? And like, god damn it. Like, I just like, how is this shit even going to happen? Right? So, black women, you supposed to just be waiting around, pie in the sky, hoping, praying, wishing that the culture is changed. And that, black men wise up and come to their senses and, choose you. Right? Again, sitting around like a damn pick-me, all right? And these niggas, some damn pick-me-ass niggas, too, god damn it. These niggas are some pick-a-niggas, god damn it. They be happy when they get picked by, they red bone exotical. Like, I got a red bone, I got a red bone. Yes, her hair's long, I got a red bone. Mm-hmm. Oh, she light skinned, she pretty, she got light eyes too. She got good hair, not that bad like you. So these niggas be on some pick a nigga shit too, god damn it. And they be rolling, just rolling over to the latest. They be going over to like the meth labs to pick up white women, going to the street corner to pick up these women, going to trailer parks, god damn it. At least when the black women be dating now, at least they don't be going running around to the damn trailer park in the damn meth lab to pick up Billy, god damn it. Like the black women like, nah, shit. If I'm gonna be out here like this, they gonna be getting William, trust fund head manager William, god damn it. They ain't gonna be running around here with meth head Billy acting like they got a prize. But, again, these niggas, they so desperate for some love. And they desperate for a trophy. Like, pick a nigga, Becky, please pick a nigga, Becky, pick this nigga, Becky, let me be your pet nigga. Becky, please, Becky. Pick me, please, Selena, pick me, please, Kim Woo, pick me, please, light skin Keisha, pick me, biracial Becky, pick me, I'll be your pick a nigga. So pick-meism isn't just for the women. There's some pick-me-ass niggas too, and that needs to be addressed too, because these niggas, the standards are really low. All right. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to be addressed. So don't be waiting around for that to happen. All right. So one more thing I want to talk about before I end this video is that whole H&M hair situation with the, the young black girl and the H&M ad. Some black women took offense to the ad because they felt like she should have been styled better. There's a lot that went into that whole H&M situation too. Long story short, I think they were going for like a quote unquote disheveled look for the kids. But here's the thing, and I'm just going to keep it 100% real with y'all. And I know this is probably going to offend some people, but that's why y'all fuck with me. So I'm just going to say, when it comes to 4C hair, because of the negative connotations, not connotations, but the negativity that's surrounds it, unfortunately, because of the stigma that's somewhat attached to it, right? Anytime I see 4C hair in the media, I personally need it to be on point, because unfortunately 4C hair can't afford to be not on point. Anytime you see 4C hair in the media, it needs to be on point. All right, it can't be being used as like, oh, let's look go for the disheveled look. You know, again, this is me personally, because I just think that unfortunately 4C hair texture, because it isn't really promoted in the media too much at all. Second, a lot of times there's a stigma attached to it, both inside the community and outside of the community, to an extent of it being, quote unquote, bad hair, right? And because of that, I just feel like, yes, we can definitely push 4C hair in the media, but we need it to be on point, right? We can't have 4C hair looking not on point, and especially being the joke, right? Because you just can't afford it, right? Now, when it comes to the people who have, straight hair or loosely textured hair, they can afford it a bit more. It is what it is, and I don't even like saying that term, but that is the reality of the situation, because those hair textures have been positively promoted so much, right? They can afford it. So, that's why it is important to have, great promotion and positive promotion, right? And as well, hopefully people didn't attack the girl herself, she's just a kid, and I do think that, there was less outrage over this versus the coolest monkey in the jungle, the boy. And again, that's a whole gender situation when it comes to how we react to black females or black male. Some folks don't like me saying black females, even though I say black women and black girls and all that too. Some folks get offended by that. So black women and girls, when it comes to the community, it does seem like sometimes there is more of a outrage and more of a battle cry, and more action when it comes to a black boy or black man being targeted by anti-blackness, or especially if he's brown skin or dark skin, right? Now, when it comes to the females, when they're brown skin or dark skin, it doesn't seem like that battle cry is as strong. And I've said this plenty of times before, right? And again, as well, I have spoken on the bias that I do think exists in the community when it comes to just honestly in general, comes to darker skinned black women. There is a bias against them in and outside of the community, but it's more so disturbing that it's inside of the community, right? Very much people are very dismissive when it comes to brown skinned and dark skinned black women voicing their concerns and voicing their not discrepancies, but voicing their grievances, right? It's very much like, time to gaslight. That's when the gaslight program that was installed in these niggas start to kick in, right? And it's sad. That's why you have to do what's best for you in terms of navigating through all of this. Since unfortunately I don't see this going away anytime soon, you have to make sure you're able to navigate this, just like we have to make sure that we're able to navigate through, racism and anti-blackness in the society that we live in, right? And as well, when it comes to hidden bias, again, the YouTuber who talks about colorism, the black woman who talks about colorism, very popular. again, I mentioned this before, but I feel like if she was a black man saying the same exact thing, she would not get half the pushback. These same dudes who are making videos about her wouldn't be making videos about her because they quick to want to, buck and jump in a female face, right? And come at a female like that. They quick to do that shit, right? But not so quick when it comes to another nigga though, right? And of course they clout chasing too, Like Cardi B said, these niggas do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout because these niggas' pockets in a drought. They do anything for clout. Fuck niggas, bum niggas, do anything for clout, right? So yeah, I think I said all I have to say. I feel like I'm missing something though. Am I missing something? I don't know. Well, I guess I'll jump back to this whole dark-skinned people going extinct thing one more time because I'm not sure if I really said all I had to say about that. So long story short, dark-skinned folks aren't going extinct anytime soon. All right. I just don't see that. And it's like, well, that's not just the black woman's responsibility anyway. Even if she took it upon herself, like, again, she can't sustain black love by herself. So, again, it has to be a team effort here. And then, the dark-skinned black folks thinking that, somebody's out to get them, somebody's out to extinct them. Then there's a segment of dark-skinned black folks who think they can't go extinct. And personally, I'll just put it like this. No group of people on this planet is above erasure, above extinction. It can happen, but let's be real. Is it happening? Will it happen? Again, it is possible, but it's just like, and, sometimes erasure still happens. You can get two like African-American, brown-skinned, dark-skinned folks together and they can create a light-skinned kid. That does happen too, So technically erasure has happened, But again, all this, no one really gives a fuck about all this shit anyway until black women start talking about expanding their options and not just dating only black men. Which, by the way, you can still get a black man if you expand your options, as long as you don't exclude black men from your options. You can still interracially date and end up with a black man. I've seen it happen before when black women have done that. All right, as quiet as it's kept, it may even make you more attractive and make the black men want to holler at you more, right? But another video for another day. So until the next video, adios and goodbye for now. Peace. Oh yeah, one more thing. That OWN special. I'm like, God dang, Oprah Winfrey. I'm like, okay. Right. And to be fair, I didn't see the whole thing, so I can't say. But from what I heard, I was like, oof. Right. It was kind of cringy, and black love being very much fetishized, and the whole trauma bonding. And again, I don't. Black men ain't trying to trauma bond with your ass. Yeah. But it is a safe space for black women. Many black women. It's a safe space. And a lot of times when you have been beaten down so much, you just want to stay in a safe space. A lot of times you don't even think that, you are worthy of anything better. Not saying that interracial dating is better, but sometimes even when it comes to dating within the community, sometimes black women tend to want to stick with dating a particular type of man, a black man. So that does happen. That's a thing too, right? But yeah, black love is beautiful. Black love is awesome. Black love is powerful. Yes, it is. But we also have to make sure that we're not fetishizing black love, right? Black women, because that's really who I see this happening with. Because I don't really see black men fetishizing black love like this, right? You know, and you know that this was definitely directed toward black women. Again, it was black women own the conversation, right? So definitely directed toward black women. But again, adios and goodbye for now. Again, there's something that I feel like I'm missing. Am I missing something to talk about here? Yeah. Well, one more thing. Notice how all of these, like, quote-unquote black love specials that are being pumped by, say, the OWN network or even some other black entertainment network or whatever. Notice how these are almost always marketed and directed toward black women. Notice that. Not so much black men, but black women. Why is that? I mean, black men and black women are both necessary for black love. You know, black men and black women are necessary to sustain and maintain and perpetuate black love. Why aren't black men being marketed black love? And I'll leave you on that note. So thanks for watching. Leave comments in the comment section. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.